relationships. It is the year 2120. The way that romantic relationships work is vastly different thanks to the discovery of telepathy. In the headset, couples can create chat rooms for one-on-one or a large amount of people. Usually the couple will always be connected and communicating with each other throughout the day. The users can see, hear, and feel what their loved ones are experiencing at any moment. Also, they can create visuals, sing songs, or tell stories to keep each other entertained and happy. In a perfect world, some would probably see this as a standard, especially for married people. You would think that embarrassing, rude, or lustful thoughts might cause problems in the relationship. However, most people can make those thoughts minute enough so that the other barely notices or train themselves to be mindful enough to eliminate these thoughts completely. However, there are those who cannot hide their negative thoughts, or even those who choose not to be connected with their significant other at all. This stray from the norm can cause very bad paranoia and even arguments and bad feelings for those involved. This is the story of Angela. It's 9:00 a.m. Beep, beep, beep goes the alarm clock. Even 100 years in the future, alarm clocks are just as annoying. Angela turns over to face her husband. He has a smile on his face. He is a morning person. "Good morning, my love," says Angela to him in her mind. She pairs it with imagery of angels playing trumpets in the clouds, with a banner in the middle that says "Good morning." Her husband Richard responds with a real "good morning" and kisses her on the forehead. He gets up and shuffles to the bathroom. He must be ready for work at the office by 9:30. 10 minutes later, Angela is downstairs cooking breakfast. They are still newlyweds. She watched him get ready for work and hummed him a tune through their headset the whole time. They both are using them, as they have the kind that are implanted, therefore they are always on. Richard turns on private mode. He uses the commode. He rarely does this, but thinks that marriages should have some privacy, or secrets, some might say. These type of marriages require a lot of commitment. In this day and age, couples are most always linked during the day. They also require a huge level of trust, as being together intimately is the standard and being apart is considered abnormal. Richard and Angela enjoy breakfast together, and then he heads off to work. She can feel his lack of enthusiasm at leaving for work, but promises that she will try her best to entertain him all day. She is a homemaker. They figured that they would have kids soon enough, and that they prefer someone to be home to watch them. For an hour straight, Angela daydreams of their life together. She thinks of the nice things she wants to do with her husband when he gets home, but reminds herself to think these kinds of thoughts closer to his time off in the future. He laughs and tells her it's okay. Sometimes she can be quite neurotic about the details. You see, Angela and Richard are madly, madly in love. Sometimes it would seem nothing could ever break them apart, as so it would seem. It's noon and time for Richard's lunch break. She prepared him his lunch in privacy mode, so it would be a surprise. When he opens his bag, he is jolted by a vision from Angela. "Surprise!" in huge letters with confetti and poppers to boot. "I hope you like it," she says. "It's shrimp scampi and a soda." He is very pleased. "Thank you, my dear," remarks Richard, and with that he figuratively kisses her on the forehead. By figuratively, I mean he sends her the sensation in her forehead of being kissed, a sort of tingle, you might say. She is overjoyed. He can feel her sensations and feelings of elation. She smells the shrimp through his nose. She can sense that it smells good to him by the feeling of watering of the mouth. She thinks to herself that she will help him feel euphoria in his head as he eats, a little trick she has learned to do. After all, it's not hard to do considering how happy they both are at that moment. Just the thought that they can be together without physically being together shoots through their minds at the same time as they share thoughts. The way people can share thoughts is that when at rest, or when another is speaking, the reciprocant will quiet the mind by meditation and simply listen or feel. Then, when a response is required, it will be their turn to speak. They can either dull their mind to a whisper or think very quiet, small thoughts while the other is speaking. This is a basic lesson taught early on in school. Richard is done eating, but can feel his wife's hunger pang. You know, you should eat something. I think I will, responds Angela, and she gets ready to make her own lunch. It's 5:30 and Richard is about to get ready to get off work. He just needs to shut down his computer and clock out. Today was a nearly perfect day thanks to his wife who entertained him all day as she took care of things around the house. He even got to watch his favorite sitcom on TV through her eyes while he was working. His coworker, James, motions for him to come over. Hey, Richie. Madeline wanted to make sure to let you know she says hi to Angela, and she wants to talk to her later. Okay, sounds like a plan, he says, and makes his way to his car. The car turns on. Where would you like to go today? He pictures his house in his mind. Okay, says the car, we will go home. He can't wait to do all the fun things they planned together all day. When he gets home, he can't find Angela. She is hiding. She turned off the view on her headset. Angela, says her husband. Where are you? In a sing-song voice. He gets no response. He walks into the bedroom. He doesn't see her. He has a strange but very small feeling she is in the closet. He pulls open the doors and she hops out and says, "Boo." He just shakes his head and says, "I had a feeling you might be in there." They laugh, and then she shows him the same banner she shows him every day. It's a banner, and it says, "Welcome home." There's balloons everywhere. Then it turns into a big, red, pulsing heart that says, "I love you." She even imagines his favorite smell, gardenia, from the perfume she wore when they met. They embrace. Time to watch the newest episode of their favorite anime. 1 week later. Life is just great for the couple. Everything is going fine. It's nighttime. Something roused Angela, and she was shooken from her sleep. Wondering why she woke up from such a deep sleep, she barely remembers her dream. She looks over and decides to tune into Richard's channel to see what he is dreaming about. That's odd, she thinks to herself. He's in private mode. She is perplexed. Since they've been married, he has always left his room open to her. She was open to view his dreams at any time. Curiosity gets the better of her. There are bypasses available in the catalog. They are deemed intrusive and taboo, therefore nobody would be caught dead using one. She quickly purchases her module, a program which will let you bypass the privacy option on anyone's headset, but only for 1 minute. She opens it up and selects Richard's profile. So how's James? Thinks Richard nonchalantly. He is sleeping. How's Angela? Says a voice coming from Madeline. Same, responds Richard. It's okay, she's a deep sleeper, but if she wakes up from the dream I created for her, I set my headset to private. She'll never hear our conversation. All right, says Madeline. I just want to make sure this all stays secret. We can't have anything ruining our plans. Gotcha, says Richard. We will be fine. In the meantime, do you? The audio cuts off. Angela is alone inside her head. She is beginning to feel very, very paranoid. What plans, thinks the woman. What does he need to have a private conversation with my best friend for? This is crazy. I'm getting mad. No, I'm getting sad. Ugh, I don't know how I feel. How could they keep this a secret? I am torn. This is terrible. She rolls over. Richard is startled. He quickly returns to his normal chat room, the one with him and Angela. Hello, my dear. How are you doing? Did you have a bad dream? He subconsciously hopes she didn't try to tune into his channel yet. She may not notice his minute thought. I'm fine, replies Angela in the headset. I'm going to go back to sleep. I'm going to get out of the chat room to get some peace and quiet. Talk to you in the morning. Click. The sound of her exiting the room. She quietly sobs herself to sleep. The next day, they wake up to the alarm as usual. Angela isn't herself today. Good morning, says Richard, an emphasis on the O's. Good morning, says Angela. There was no visual imagery to start the day this time. Richard thinks quietly. Weird. Angela spends most of the day thinking to herself. She does not even notice when Richard opens his lunch. Thanks for the sandwich, honey. It was great, thinks Richard to Angela when he is done eating. Oh, you're welcome, thanks back Angela. Again, no angels or balloons or rainbows to accompany her reply. It is the end of the workday. Richard gets called over by James. Hey, Rich, how's the family? Good, I think, says Richard. Don't forget about our thing next week. How could I ever, replies Richard excitedly. All he can think about, though, is how Angela's been acting, and he gets sad again. Well, see you on Monday, says James. They wave and then part ways. He gets home. Angela says welcome home, but she has a look on her face. It's a sad look, a look like she's disappointed. I didn't want to say this, says her husband, but you've been acting different all day. Is there something bothering you? No, replies Angela. She doesn't want to admit she's spied, so she tries to play it cool. Maybe you should invite your friend Madeline over. She always makes you feel better, says Richard, hoping whatever is bothering her is just a temporary thing. Madeline? Why Madeline? Says Angela, quick to snap back. Richard feels confused. I don't know. I thought she was your best friend. I don't know, Angela. I just want you to feel better. You haven't been yourself all day. Madeline was my best friend, but how could I be friends with her after... She pauses. Ugh, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. She's getting agitated. Whoa, Angela, there is something seriously wrong. Can we talk? Fine, says Angela. Why were you in private last night? He hesitates. He's been caught. I don't know, he says. He can't think of a good excuse. Look, Richard, the jig is up. I know all about you and Madeline. What? He says, half confused, half exacerbated. What on earth do you mean? I heard you two talking last night. I bought a bypass, and I think I heard enough about your secret plans. I can't believe you. I can't believe either of you. She gets loud. Then she falls to her knees and begins sobbing. At first I thought I was wrong, but when I found out what was going on, I just feel betrayed. How could you do this to me? I adored you. I worshipped you. I tried so hard. All to find out I'm not good enough. I can't stand this. Richard stands there. He is hurt. Hurt that she didn't trust him enough. She cuts him off. How could you be hurt when you're the one that betrayed me? Richard speaks up. You've got it all wrong, Angela, replies the man. What do you mean? Says Angela through her tears. Of course I could be mad, says Richard. I could get angry. But if I know anything about you, it's how much you love me. It's about how much I love you. There's nothing going on between me and Madeline. I could never betray you. We are throwing you a surprise party for being such an awesome person. You always surprise me. I just thought maybe I could do something for you. You what? Angela is baffled. She stands up. Richard, I'm so very sorry. How will I ever make this up to you? Richard laughs. It's okay, my love. I still adore you, and we're still throwing the party. Surprise? He couples it with a crude image of cut-out paper people holding a surprise sign. I made it special for you. Love you. His vision goes deep red like a beating heart, and he is filled with love. Oh, honey, I love you so much, exclaims Angela. She grabs him and pulls him close to her for a deep kiss. They live happily ever after, never distrusting one another ever again.